Hi there. So today we are going to model something really difficult, and my apologies for the quality of the video because I'm not in quiet room, but I'm going to make this video as practice as I can. So let's see what we have, and yeah. So today's thing is this egg armchair. So it will be really challenging to model in Vectorworks. It takes time and effort to do so. And a few words on my recommendations how to deal with such models. If you need a model only for example, entourage for renderings, it's good to model it in a program which works in paradigm of polygons. So it could be Cinema 4D, 3ds Max, Maya, and so on. It will be much easier to operate there. But for example, if you are a constructor and it's a project of a furniture, you may find that you need more precision. So you may want to use something like Rhino or maybe SolidWorks, Katia or Inspire, something that works with Nurbs. And Vectorworks is something in between. It utilizes Nurbs geometry in a bit reduced state and mixes it with Polygons, which now is in subdivision surface. So it will be a bit theoretical video because you know, if you need something very detailed, you go to Polygons. If you need something very precise in terms of surface, you just open something that works with Nurbs. Vectorworks, again, I will say it's something in between. So in most of cases we don't model such models here, but for academic use, yeah, let's start. So we are going to use fresh document, and if you don't have your own template for such kind of work, I recommend you using fundamentals metric. So then we are going to create a few layers here. Let's rename the existing one. Okay, it will be seed. So the object consists of, in my opinion, three types of, not types, but pieces of geometry. The seed, the eggshell, and then the legs that are on the bottom, and the pillows that are in the middle. So the seed will be in the number 1 in the stacking order. So let's press OK. Then we are going to create new one. It will be pillows. Number 2. Then finally there will be legs or supports. Maybe it is more correct. Yeah, we are going to create one more layer for something like guidelines, underlay pictures, and so on. So let's create new one. Guidelines or underlay. It will be under everything, the really bottom, and we start here in the guidelines. So the document is untitled now, so let's go to the file menu and save it. Please find the proper place for your work. Please don't save it somewhere where you can't find it later. I have already started test armchair, so I will need to rename my new file. So it will be armchair the second. Okay. So let's place the image, the reference image. Let's go to the file menu, import image file. We don't need any references, just plain GPG without any links. So we have placed it. Let's then go to the classes and create a new class for guidelines. I usually use 3 types of guidelines, but I think for this file we could live with only one. So it will be guidelines, user creation. Let's bring the fill style to none, and yeah, pen style will be something like blue lines. Doesn't matter with which thickness you use. I usually use 0.13. Okay. So we can't model very precise using only one source of information, an image. Yeah, we don't have any drawings here, any PDF with projections, so only one photo, but it's enough to create an approximate model. So let's find the thickest diameter of this eggshell. I think it's somewhere here, maybe a bit to the bottom. Okay, so in this width I think it's about 800 millimeters. So let's measure. Actually not measure but scale. I'm going to select everything and place inside of a group. Let's go to the modify and find group command. Then it's safe to scale without any movement of the geometry, without explosion of geometry. So we are going to use the first icon with a ruler and measure this part, yeah, from one point to another one. And here we type in the desired measure, 800 millimeters. So let's hit enter. If you use imperial system, please convert on your own. So now let's explode the group. I've used a shortcut, Command plus U, on Mac, on Windows Control plus U. So then we are going to place it somewhere accordingly to the internal origin. Let's say on the y-axis. Alright. So later, not later, but now we are going to create a plan view, very approximated. So again, we are going to snap to this losses, yeah, and create. This one we don't need actually. We need something on the left and also in the middle. Let's select everything and place this center line to the internal origin. So here we have a cut, yeah, so we can't measure the circle from the right place. That's why we are using the left side. Yeah, I'm grabbing the circle tool and place it from the internal origin to the line. It's not exactly 400. Yeah, so let's type in the proper measure. Delete this one. Don't need this lossy anymore. Let's place another line. So we have the central mark of the circle. Okay. Then using this line, we consider this place actually where the card intersect with the line. Yeah, and project it to the circle on the top. But I think now that we need to delete this line and find the thickest place of the card. I think it's not at the same line here, so it will be somewhere here. So this place is wider than this one, right? So let's project intersections of the image and the new line. And again on the opposite side. So we have 2 points being projected. So let's connect them. Yeah. On the image, the armchair is slightly rotated the same we see on the plane view. So let's select the two objects. Grab the rotation tool. Please be sure that you rotate without copying. And yeah, let's find the middle point of the new line and do the following. Rotate orthogonally. Then we don't need these lines anymore. Then we need to think about the side view. It will be somewhere apart, let's say on the right. And since the object is the result of sweeping, we just could copy the curve on the left side, not on the right, because here we have the cut. So let's grab the polyline tool, and we are going to use Bezier mode and stick it to place everything in one go. So let's start as it goes, and then we are going to click twice and activate the reshape tool, and let's use handles to make the curve very close to what we see on the picture. If you have some troubles with snapping, you may want to press and hold tilde button on the keyboard. On Mac it is next to left shift. On Windows it's somewhere in area of escape button. So what it does, it temporarily turns off the constraints, sorry, not constraints but snappings, and you are not bothered with these issues when something constrains to the angle or to the nearest point. Okay, maybe a bit more. Please notice that when the curve comes to the perpendicular line, the vertex, the second vertex, needs to be in the same vertical position with place where it comes to the line. So the transition will be smooth when we sweep this curve. The same here, but here we need to create a few more curves. This one is definitely a part of an arc, so we need to cut the existing curve. Let's use the split tool in the first point cut mode, and I think we need to cut somewhere here, and then using line I'm pressing shift button so it goes parallel, and if, for example, I want to check the parallelity, I just click twice and see that the vertex is almost on the line. Don't know why it's almost on the line. It should be exactly here. So the transition will be smooth. Alright, so let me shorten the line back to the old position. Like so. Then I'd like to place here a rounding. And again, I want the transition to be smooth, so I draw a line that is perpendicular to the axis. Let's name this an axis. I am going to make it thicker. So the line will be in perpendicular position to the axis. Yeah. Then we have a few ways to find the bisector. First way, and I think it is the most convenient one, click twice to the Smart Edge icon here, and yeah, place a tick in the checkbox of Snap to Bisector option. So when you hover cursor over an object, you see the guideline. It's not a guideline, Smart Edge. Then let's do it again here, and between them there is a bisector, so I activate line tool and place it like so. Then I should be sure that my line intersects the axis. This point is the center point of the future arc. The second way to do so is to place a circle in the intersection of these two lines, and its radius will be limited with this axis line. Alright, then we need another line to be placed like so, because we need the middle point. Here we could create one more line from the intersection to the middle point. Alternatively, just select the line, go to Modify, find Rotate left 90 degrees. Alright, and the same position could be found through this way. We know the start of the arc is here, but where it's going to finish? Again, let's place a circle, and it will highlight the place where the arc is going to be finished here. So let's grab the arc tool in the very first option, central, as I remember right, and yeah, that's it. So let's delete helper lines. Then we need to shorten this one. It could be done through trim. So we have all the pieces of the polyline. Now there are three objects. Please select them, go to the modify menu and find the compose command, and it will glue the lines together. So let's continue. Then we'd like to create the volume, the result of rotation, but we don't know the height of this point. To find it, let's create very briefly the restoration of perspective. Here we have only one rectangular object. Actually, it's not an object, it's just an imagination of an object. It's a rectangle, or I think it's a square between the legs. So let's start from the closest one and connect, the angular snapping should be turned off. Let's connect what we see on the image with the line. Actually, we don't know where the horizon line will be. Just continue the line like so. Then let's continue the second pair of legs like that. Let's select both of them, go to the modify menu, and let's look up for join. Join group of commands and join. Alternatively, just Command plus J on Mac, Control plus J on Windows. So where they intersect, there will be horizon line. We could talk more about perspective later and in further videos, but now just let's consider that it's true. Of course, it's not true in the real world, it's just an approximation how people understand a simple perspective. So I have just connected the two legs on the background, with another line, and I'm going to select the horizon line and this small line, and again I'm pressing Command plus J to join. So I select the new enlarged line and want to duplicate it. I duplicate it. I've just pressed Command plus D and connect it with the first point. So we see this shape. In the perspective, it's just a polygon, We can't say that it's something regular. But in top view, it should be a rectangle. Why we do all the procedures like so? We want to find the middle point, so I'm placing diagonals. So there is a bit fallacy here, a small fallacy, but let's project this point to the axis line and place vertex here. So it will be the 0 point of the whole unit. Maybe I'd like to place a small perpendicular line and make it sick. So just want to transpose the properties. Now we're ready to create a side view. So let's project this base point to the side. I think it will be here on the right. Doesn't matter if you prefer left side more, just place it here. Okay. We have this line that goes through the center of the plane view. Let's continue it and create another line that connects this enlarged one and the projection of the center. Then we are going to grab the curve, and I'm going just to copy it like so, and I want to place it in position where it touches the line. It will be again the representation of the same axis but from the side view. So if we don't have cut, the projection of the volume will be such a shape. But we have cut, yeah? We have cut, and it will be something like that. But we need to find the position in more precise way. Okay. So if we want the cut to be on the right, we need to place a line that goes 45 degrees like that. If we want the cut to be on this side, the line will be like that. So you project it and it reflects on the side view. I prefer the first variant. So my cut will be on the right. And I know that this one is representation of this intersection. It was placed here, then rotated to the orthogonal view, then it goes here and reflects against the 45-degree line and goes back to the ground. So I understand that in this position in terms of y-axis and in this position in terms of x-axis, here will be the intersection. Okay. Then let's consider that the cut is a bit it's not straight, yeah, it's a bit oblique, so it goes from the upper point to this one. Maybe it's not true, so here let's grab one of these lines that connects legs and duplicate it. Then let's place it into the intersections of diagonals and continue until it touches the front line that connects the legs. So the further act will be a bit approximate, a bit artistic. We need to start line from somewhere here where we see that there is a middle point on the image. And let's do the same on the bottom. So in real life, somewhere here will be the middle point. Alright, so we need to reflect the same on the side view. Yeah, I need to consider that this projected scene is not representing the truth, so we need to focus more, to orient more on this intersection. So it's a bit result of interpretation, of visual interpretation. We can't know exactly where this slice is. For example, for me it's clear that it goes from this point to this, maybe a few millimeters back or forth, doesn't matter, maybe a bit to the front. Then I need to find where it intersects with this front detail, yeah, and there I place line. that projects this point to the side view. And again, the same for the top part. It does not go from the center, it goes a bit from off the center from this point. So if I project it here, it will be somewhere here. So the slice will be like that. So toggle the artistic mode of yourself and just place it based on your feelings of the sense of visual truth, let's say. Okay, so it will be very brief side view, so I could grab the slice tool, split tool, and just cut this arc, this curve like that. Okay, so let's go further. Yeah, we are on the guidelines. Let's go to the seed layer, I think, yeah. And we are going to use show snap others now. Can't see anything, maybe it's due to the scale of layers. So let's see. Let's click twice on the icon of the layer here. Yeah, so we see the different scales are on the list. It leads to the issues. We can't work, in most of cases we can't work normally when layers are in different scales. So let's click on this one, the first one, and bring the scale to the 1 to 20, and we could use all layers option to prevent the same issues in the future. So let's press OK. Now we see the whole picture. So I'm going to use space mouse to manipulate with 3D. I hope it will work. Okay. Okay. It seems to be working. Yeah. Let's grab what we have here, I mean the curve, and yeah, I was wrong suggesting you using show snap others. We are going to switch to the show snap modify others option. We are going to grab the curve and also the future point. I have placed a new point here. Let's grab these two objects. And yeah, we could just create a quick copy like so, and I click with right click and look for rotate. So we definitely want to rotate them in 3D 90 degrees, and for the options of center of rotation will be the next mouse click option. And we now use active layer plane, so we don't have any working plane now. So let's use something from these three, not this. Then let's understand which axis. So in Vectorworks, x-axis is highlighted in red, y-axis is highlighted in green, and z-axis is highlighted in blue. So it will be definitely x-axis. So this, I press OK and click once on the point. Then let me place it in the origin of coordinates. I'm going to switch to none class. And also this curve, this polyline will be placed in the seat layer. Now it has blue handles, that signs, that signalizes that it's on the active layer. Okay, let's proceed to the model and find sweep. We are going to get unpredictable result. Let's press OK. Don't worry if you have the same. Click twice. And here we need to place a working plane. Let's switch the model tools and switch to set working plane tool. It will be Blender face mode. Just click once on the polyline. Then let's grab the 2D locus tool and place it. Doesn't matter which endpoint, this one or this one. Let's place it in the bottom. So it just how to say, sets the place of the axis. Actually, it's not an axis, yeah, it's just a point, but we could think of this point as of a projection of the axis. Okay, let's exit, and we see that we have a real leg. Yeah, if your object is jacked in OpenGL, please go to the OpenGL options here, and instead of low, use one of something more detailed, medium, height. I don't think very height is a good idea. High. Okay, but I'm in low detail mode and I'm still having a nice result. Alright. Then let's do the same with the cut. So let's select cut line and the point. Just quick copying. I'm holding the Alt key during the transposing. It could be Option key, or even if you use Windows, it could be Control key, but I'm not sure. Please try and you will find that something works. Okay, so let's use rotate 3D command, and it will be again x-axis, but also we need to rotate it in plane view in the z-axis. It could be done again through the 3D rotate, but I think it's better to use the plane view. And here let's go to modify, rotate right 90. Okay, and it's convenient to place it in position where when the point touches the axis. Okay, let's select the line and we are going to extrude it, and let's place it to the none class. Go to model, and here we need to place a working plane before we extrude it. So let's try to do it without placing such a working plane. Oh, it works even without additional actions. One thing you may want to do is to go inside of the extrude, select the line, choose the middle point of the line in the matrix, and add let's say 200 millimeters, so it grows both sides 100 millimeters. Let's exit so the plane completely overlaps or intersects the volume. Okay. So let's select both of them, click with right click and look for. Actually it won't work until we place the extrude to the same layer. Now let's try to find intersect solids section solids command, and the section plane, section object should be highlighted. Hit OK. We cut the wrong part, so let's hit reverse direction. Now it's reversed, and now I see that the object is slightly jagged, so I go to OpenGL options and switch to medium. That's better. Next step we want to make is to create the first material object, because they are just helpers. The volumes, but they will go away when we finish the piece of furniture. Now we could create the first material final object. This rattan contour. Maybe I'm wrong naming it like so, but I can't find the better name. So it's loop made of rattan, yeah. I'm just trying to use my space mouse. Sometimes it doesn't work. Okay, I'll be using the flyover tool. So we need to extract the edge of this solid section. So let's go to the modeling tools, scroll down until we see the extract tool, and we are going to extrude a curve. So let's use the second mode, extract curve mode. It's convenient in this case to use select faces. Let's press OK and select this face and hit enter. So now the group has been created. Let's enter the group and see and study what we have. We have 6 Nurbs curves, so they are separate. Yeah. We want to select them all and go to modify, compose. So now it's a single object. It's what we want, and without leaving the group, let's create a rectangle on the ground. So I have figured out, you may disagree with me, but I think that this rattan loop is not circle, it's something like rounded rectangle in section B sides equal to 40 by 15. Just my vision. So let's select the new rectangle and the Nurbs curve and go to model and look for Extruded Base command. So be sure please that the base object has been highlighted. If not, just use these arrows. Yeah, let's hit OK, and now we see that the loop a new object has been created. I want to enter OpenGL options again and switch to high. Okay. Let's leave the group and explode it. So now let's study what we have. So the curve, the edge of the previous object is in the center of the profile of the loop. Yeah, I think it's good. And let's proceed to the Phillip Edge. Of course, it could be done at the end, yeah, and it should be done at the end, but of course it's pleasant to do it when you just created the object. So let's type in 7. It's something that is close to the half of the width. So the final width is 15 and its half will be 7.5, but I don't want to experiment. And yeah, let's go to the preferences. We're going to use select all edges. Actually, I'm not sure about that. Okay, let's try. No, because I remember that something weird could be done. So it's just 4 clicks, not too much. Yeah. Let's hit enter, and we see the smooth result. What's good about the fillet type of object? It could be modified later. For example, I don't like this one, I want 5 instead of 7 or 10, but 10 won't work because it's more than half of the width. I'm going to restore 7. Alright, let's create one more class and call it rattan. I'm not sure how the word is spelled, so let me look up, but maybe rattan. Okay. So let's use add creation. Let's press use the creation button because we are going to deal with attributes. And yeah, for now it will be a bit dummy. Later we could tweak the color. I'm still not sure about the name. Please don't judge me. I'm not a native English speaker. So let's select this one and assign the class to the object. Yeah, that's it. So we have created it not only for attributes, yeah, we could operate quickly with its visibility. So the idea is that final objects will be in the rattan class, but helper objects will live in the none class, or maybe later we are going to create one more for hidden objects. Okay, so it's only the first one, this one. Now I think that I made it wrong in terms of the orientation. So it should be oriented in different ways. So let's click twice. If you've done it like me in wrong orientation, So the profile should be rotated 90 degrees. I click twice, and yeah, I've set the tool up that when I click twice it leads me to the profile, but by default you you will have a popped up window, and there please select profile. So let's select the rectangle and just rotate it 90 degrees. I'm going to use a shortcut Command+L, which stands for rotate to the left 90 degrees, and let's exit. So now we see that orientation is correct, so let's go and leave. And we don't need to redo the fillet. Okay, nice. Now we are going to talk about the radial edges. Let's name them so. And it's a bit tricky again, is everything here about this armchair, because they goes. Let me use freehand tool to illustrate. They don't go like this. No, they go accordingly to the oblique axis. Yeah, let's sum up that they go in oblique position. I'm not sure that this illustration is clear, so let's continue, and I hope I will illustrate it in a more simple way. Okay. Let's select the line on the layer guidelines, and let's grab the offset tool, and the first option is distance 20, the half of the width in this direction, and click towards the center. But I want to create a copy, yeah, like that. Then we are going to find the point where the center of these edges is. So all of them goes here. To this point, it's somewhere here. And on the top, the same situation. They go to this point. Okay, then let's count the number of the edges. So in total, in my opinion, it makes 10 edges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that there is 8, 9, and 10. And between them, there will be 20 gaps that equals to this. So this is actually a half of the regular gap, but we need to count them. So let's focus on the plan view. Yeah, I'm not sure that it's good to work with this because they are oblique. Yeah, let's do the following. It's a bit tricky, but we are going to do it together. So let's grab the working plane tool and place it like so. And yeah, let's rotate it so the x-axis will be on the right. And we're going to save this working plane. Let's name it delete the first. Then we are going to rotate the working plane 90 degrees. Around the x-axis. So it's in perpendicular way. No, it's not in perpendicular way. So let's go back. You saved working planes are stored here. So it will be this one. Let's grab it again and rotate around the x 90 degrees. Yeah, now it's better. Then again, visually we need to find the thickest place, the thickest place of the volume. Let's switch to this option. It rotates views accordingly to the working plane, not the layer plane. And let's use, for example, right view. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's it. Let's hide the rotate. It's good to use visibility control over here, and we're going to transpose the working plane visually to the thickest place of the egg. Like that. Then why don't we place a point somewhere here? Then let's focus on the object info palette and use pin coordinates. They are coordinates coordinate to the working plane origin. So now the point is in the origin. Then I'm going to use another working plane placed to this origin of the previous one, but 90 degrees, rotated 90 degrees to it. I'm going to rotate it again so the X goes properly. And one more rotation around the X. Yes, that's it. So let's place a rectangle here, like that. We're going to delete the vertex, the point, sorry, and I'm going to turn this rectangle into a Nurbs surface. So let's go to the model, let's look for the 3D power pack and look for create surface from curves. Now it's a Nurbs surface, and let's intersect these two objects. Yeah, I click twice, select the egg, copy it, exit the intersection and place it back. So they are now in the same position. Yeah, let me hide the egg. I'm going to look from the top, select this solid intersection, grab the split tool and create, not create, but cut a half. Does not cut. Maybe this one will have nothing. Yeah, I'm going to explode it, not explode, but extract the curve, this side curve. So let's go to the preferences and check select faces, because we need only one curve, hit enter. So this could be placed to the guidelines actually. Let's hide the guidelines. Let's see if it will work now. Yeah. So we don't need this one. Okay. Let's try to restore. We have only theta first, but we need to place a new working plane in the same position with this curve. So the first option of the placement will work. So I'll place one point here, the second will be here, and the third doesn't matter where. Now I need to do it again. Now let's do the following: the first here, the second here, and the third again on the curve. And now it's better. And let's switch to the classic navigation, active layer plane view. I'm going to place a point at the beginning of the curve. Let's select both of them. Then let's go to the edit menu and find duplicatable base command. In total we are going to type in 11 because we want 10 gaps, yeah? But it works in a way that we need to add one more copy to get the desired result. So we could hit preview button and count. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in total. Alright. So let me delete the points where we are not going to see edges. So we remember that the first gap is just a half of the normal, then there will be 4 normal gaps and again a half, because here we don't have an edge in the middle. Alright. I'm going to switch to the top plan view and go ahead, rotating the view. Let me place back the egg. Now I'm going to restore the seat, the first working plane, but I want to move it slightly, just in a few clicks. Now I'm placing a line that connects the ends of the Nurbs curve, and now I'm placing it a bit to the bottom, in the middle point of the new line. So let's do the following. Let's rotate the working plane around the y-axis until it touches the first locus. Good, so we are going to place a rectangle here. Please be sure that the rectangle overlaps, intersects completely the egg. I'm going to use a shortcut Command plus K, which stands for create nerve surface from curves. And yeah, let's intersect. I'm going to copy the egg because every time it will disappear. And let me use shortcut for intersect solids. It will be Alt Command plus I. On Mac On Windows, I think it will be Alt or maybe Option Control plus I. So the first intersection has been created. You place back the egg, and I'm going to rotate the working plane further to the second position. The same operation is to be done here. Don't hesitate to draw big rectangles, because they need to be big to intersect the egg volume. We're coming to the last step here. All right. Coming to this point, I'd like to create a new class called Hidden. So here we have a few workarounds how to hide objects. For example, it could be placed to a hidden layer or hidden class. Also, they could be hidden through data visualization. But now I'd like to keep it simple and don't want to bother you with a team of data visualization. So it will be a class where all the hidden objects will be housed. So nothing special. Oh, sorry, I have just created a layer, not a class, but it's also good. Doesn't matter so much. So let it be hidden layer. So there we are going to store objects that we don't need to show, but we don't need to operate with. Alright, let's go ahead and activate the extract tool. Since we want to extract curves, let's use the second mode. It's good to choose select tangent entities here. Actually, let me place select faces. So I want to extract all the curves of them from them in one go. We don't need these straight pieces of Nurbs, and I'm not sure that we could just select all and hit compose, because some of them could be glued together. I've placed compose command to this pop-up menu in my workspace, but you will find it in the modify. So I'm going to hide the successful results using cut command, count plus x. And I'm placing back the first two curves. Actually, it's good to use the group. It's good to stay in the group. Okay. So, yeah. For these edges we are going to use a rectangle with measures 20 by 10 millimeters. So let's test it. I'm going to grab the first one and perform the shortcut, which will be Command Alt plus X. Stands for Extruded Base command. The base object should be highlighted, so please be sure that the curves are highlighted, not the rectangles. Let's hit OK, and everything is good. I just have forgotten to copy the profile, so let me go back. I want to copy it because it will be used again a few more times. Alright. It's up to you when to deal with filleting the edges. Maybe you want to keep them in corner state. Okay. Let's exit the group. Yeah, we have agreed upon that we want to see them in the rattan class, yeah? They will disappear for a moment because the rattan class is hidden. Yeah, I see that they overlaps the rattan loop. So I think we need to offset them more to the center. And yeah, let's activate the profile mode here. Maybe we want to see the result. And let's push it a bit to the border. And let's look up for the preview here. No, wrong direction, so let me use the mirror tool. maybe they should be thinner, I think, because this is 15, right? Let's study the image. Yeah, they probably should be thinner. Let me enter the profile, and here I want to use this point for the high. Why don't we use 8 instead of 10, and for the width 15. And I'd like it to be 1/4 of the center. Yeah, maybe it's good to move it completely to the edge. I think that's better, so let's do the same. So these rectangles, so 15 by 8. This time I have copied it and going to paste in place later. Be careful with pasting in place, because in majority of the objects with history there is a local coordinate system. Yeah, now it's better. So let's select them, go to top view, top plan view, and use mirror tool with the copy option and place the reflection of this side to the right. Okay, not bad. Let's go further and work with the slices in the opposite direction, in y-axis. So we see that we have definitely the thick one here and two sets of smaller ones. So first let's find where the main part is located. So I'm going to switch to guidelines layer using guidelines class. So it will be definitely the first point will be definitely here. But yeah, actually I'm not sure. Let's delete it and use this side, uncut side, as a reference. So then we need to find the second point. It's a bit oblique again, so it's something like that. We know that the middle is somewhere between these two edges. Yeah. So visually you could find where this rattan semi-loop goes. So it will be somewhere here. Yeah. So if we imagine how the ribbon continues, it will be somewhere here. So let's project it to the back of the seat and continue the 2 points. Oh, and connect the 2 points, sorry. So it definitely has the same parameter that the loop has, but it seems to me that it's more like circle in the section, not rectangle, but I may be wrong. Okay, let's create a physical object, not just a line. And to do so, let's grab that point here and this new line, let's go and rotate the view and click with right click on the selected objects, looking for rotate 3D command. So we're going to rotate around the X. Yeah, and also we are going to rotate to the right from the top view. I'm going to perform the shortcut command, rotate 90 degrees to the right, command Shift R, and move it to the base point. It's a bit messy already. Let me place it off the center, maybe in the position of the previous object. I see that there is a point here. Alright. This one goes to the hidden layer. Let's go to the hidden and copy the egg. I'm going to place the egg to the guidelines, to the same position, and this one should be in none class because we want to see it opaque, not transparent. Let's extrude it using extrude command. I've used shortcut command plus E. Maybe too much, I think. I'm going to enter the extrude, select the line, use the middle point in the matrix and add 200 millimeters. Okay. Let the objects be intersected. Yeah, so it's a position of the loop number 2. Let's activate the extract tool using extract curve mode. I'm going to place it to the hidden layer, leaving only the group in the place. So this straight part will be deleted. Let's select everything. It's a single Nurbs curve, that is good. And we need to place, I'm going to switch to the null class. I'm going to place a section. So before we used 14 by 15, yeah? I'm not sure that the same will work here, but let's try. Let me go back. I need to rotate the rectangle using this slot for rotation. Alright. So let's make it made of rattan. I'm not sure that it's good. I think it probably should be circle. So let me place a circle 15 with a radius equals to 15. Let's look up the image. I'm not sure that it is correct. But we can't say precisely what we see here, right? Maybe it's a tube, or maybe it's a just doubled a small tube like that. I'm not sure, but I think that it's just a tube of bigger diameter than we have now. Let me explode the group. I'm going to click twice and just enlarge the diameter. Let it be 20. Let's see. Okay, let's leave it as it is. Maybe we want to create a fillet over here, or even move this face a bit. And then use the Phillip Edge tool. Actually, let me go back. I don't want the face to be moved. Okay, I think it's good enough. So now let's focus on the thinner edges. Yeah. And again, a bit tricky because they goes. Oh, sorry, I've lost the representation of the loop the second. So I need to extract this information somehow. Surface here. So let me go back here, and I'm going to grab the profile, not profile, but the base. Copy it. Let's see if it will work. Not exactly, yeah. Let me place both of them into a group. I want it to be a bit apart. Then why don't we place working plane in the first option, using the first option. Okay, and here will be a line created. Let's switch to top view and place 2D locus, so it has been projected there. In the Y, let's type in 0, so it's on the same position in terms of the elevation as the internal origin. So let's grab two of them and cut them and placing them back. They should be rotated to the left, placed on the projection of the axis. Then they should be rotated in 3D. So let's place them back to the proper position. Let me shorten the line. I'm going to grab the offset tool. Yeah, the plane now is 3D. We need to use screen, then leave. So now it's on the ground and could be offsetted normally. Alright. So again, about the minor tubes. Here it will make 18 copies. Okay, so let me grab the curve. I'm going to cut it a bit using previous offsets, the guidelines. This one actually goes to this direction. I mean the loop the first, so the border starts here, so we don't need to cut anything here. Let's cut this one. Later we will need it for the bottom part, and also let's cut it at the previous one and connect two parts together using compose command. Let me highlight them using a different color. Alright. So now let's place a point at the beginning of the curve. Select both of the objects and go to the edit menu looking for duplicate and long pass command. So we want 18 instances in 18 copies, so the formula will be 18 plus 1. Yeah, let's type in preview. Now we have 19 copies in total, but 18 gaps between them. Alright. We may want to delete this one. Here there is a bit fallacy, but I think it does not matter so much. Then we need to place here a representation of the loopsy first. So how we deal with that? Let's go to this object and oops, I need to click with right click and look for edit profile command. No, not the profile, edit paste command. Let's copy the Nurbs curve. Let's place it somewhere here. We want to look from the right view using the rotation tool without any copy, just like that, and I want to bring it to the orthogonal state. Then my task is to cut it in half. And now it's a Nurbs curve, yeah? It's something special. we are going to convert it to polygons. So here let's use wireframe rendering and explode the group. Now there are 4 polygons and they belong to the screen plane, so they don't rotate when we rotate view. We need to change the plane to layer. Now they are part of normal geometry. And let's go to the modify and use compose command to glue all the parts together. Now let's do the following. I just want to rotate the plane and I want to duplicate the line, rotate it using quick rotation command to left, and I want to press this sign, this icon, and the plane will be rotated. Then let's delete the line. Okay, let's rotate this piece a bit more so it will be in orthogonal state to the rotated view. And place it here. So it's just an unwrap projection of this line. So think of this as we just rotated this line here. Okay. Yeah. Now we'll do the following. We will project the intersection of the offsets and the projected section, I mean this one. This projects to this line. Yeah. So we need to find these 2 points. And yeah, now I want to cut the projection using point cut option. We don't need this small piece. Let's delete it. Yeah, we need to create an offset actually. So let's go back. I'm sorry, let's go back. Because we don't need this projection, we need actually this projection. It could be rotated, it could be scaled, it's up to you. I will prefer scaling. Now it should be cut as I have shown before. Okay. And now again we need to place the locus here, select the upper piece, go to the edit menu looking for duplicate on path and the same 19 copies. Alright. Okay, let's measure the distance between these points, 35. Let's do the same to the lower part of the curve. So let's go to the edit menu and activate duplicate along path. Okay, maybe it will be 20. We need to increase the number of duplicates, maybe 22. No, too much. 21. Yeah, that's it. So since we have here 21, we need to place the same amount of points along this part of the curve. And let's look to the picture. In my opinion, the gaps between the upper part and the lower part are not equal. So it could be right reflection of the real life. Alright. Then we need to do a piece of work manually. Let's hide these pieces of the curve, place them to the hidden layer, and we need to create a bunch of lines like so. Okay, so let's delete the first and the last points, and also this one. And yeah, let's type in 0. Then we need to connect all the vertices together, starting from the middle. I'm not sure that this one will be involved. But maybe I'm wrong, so let's place it. Let's alter the color of this set of lines. Now let's use select similar tool with all the pen attributes. Yeah. And we're going to grab them over here. Let's rotate the view and find rotate command. Rotate 3D will be 90 degrees around the x-axis, and also rotate to the right 90 degrees. Again, let me use the select similar, and I'm going to extrude they should be in the same plane. Yeah. So let me place plane, let's project them to the working plane. Now they are in 3D and they should operate normally. But the extrusion will be to the opposite side, and yeah, we need them to be extruded, not to be extruded but to be in the none class. Yeah, for some reason we have the artifacts here, but don't worry. I hope that everything will work okay. Let's find the egg volume. Copy it. And place it back to guidelines, I guess. Okay, let's place it into a group and place there the egg. Alright, so let's intersect them. I just performed solid intersection command using shortcut command Alt+I. Now let's explode this. Let's create actually Nurbs object from this one. I'm pressing Command Alt+N, so it stands for Modify Convert to Nurbs. Now let's open the group and hit Compose command. Sorry, I was wrong, hitting it too quick. So let's go back, explode the group, and actually we want to decompose instead of compose, because we don't want to see their surfaces, so we need to extract curves. Let's do it. Let's go back until they are real surfaces. I want to place them to the none class. Yeah, so they are something material. Now let's activate the extract tool using curves mode, and we want to select all entities. Let's hit enter. I want to delete this object and place back the result of the extraction. Let's explode the group and look from the top. I want to get rid of these straight pieces, but be careful doing that because it's a bit risky to delete something that we need. Okay, I think that these loops are definitely something, but okay, let's save them. So let's place a circle. Working in the null class, let's place a circle with radius equal to 4. So in total, in diameter, it will have 8 millimeters. We are going to copy it. Unfortunately, there is no way to do it in one go. Maybe only using some scripts or marionette tool. But today we are going to cover the manual modeling. So let's select the profile and path and perform extrude along path command. Yes, some of the curves are exploded, so let me select the object, or not object opacity, object type in the criteria of the select similar tool and click on one Nurbs curve. They should be composed. Alright, let's save, and yeah, let's study what we have. I would like these middle edges to be, how to say, in the middle of the minor ones. So maybe we need to make some tweaks to the middle sections and to the loop, the first. So let me click this one. I think that's better actually. So in real life, I'm sure that these minor tubes go through the edges, through the, how to say, yeah, the edges. We could do it through the matrix, not manually. So the middle point should be selected, and be sure that X and Y are 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and also we have the fifth, and then we are going to mirror the good ones to the opposite side. Okay, let's look from the top, and I'm going to delete edges on the right. Select the edges in the new state and use the mirror tool in combination with the copy option. So now it's better, and let's focus on the loop, the first, this one. I think it should be modified so the minor tubes goes through it. So I click twice. Actually, there are no, it's a failed fillet, yeah. So let's explode it, and we see the previous state of the previous type of the object, extrude along path. Let's click twice. Maybe it should be pushed to the edge, like so. No, in opposite direction. I'm going to place. Actually, I want to activate CZ first. Yeah, and want to look from maybe right view. Okay, that's quite good. Maybe it should be moved a bit to this side. You know, I will do it using move command. Yeah. So again, set the first, then switch to rotate working plane views and go to the right view. the move command is activated, the shortcut will be command plus M, sorry. Let's push it a bit to the top. And yeah, why don't we create a fillet again? I will try to select all edges now. Let's see. Pretty good. Nothing to warn about, yeah. Maybe this one should be transposed, should be offsetted a bit through the movement of the circle. That's good enough. Yeah, I think that's it. So let's go to the classes, switch to the rattan class and use active only. So here we see the seat being ready. So I think that's it for today, and later we are going to talk about the legs, and they are completely different chapter. And then also we are going to have a video on how to deal with the subdivision surface approach for creation of the pillows. So I hope that you find it helpful, and please don't hesitate to address your questions if you have any, and see you soon. Bye bye.